Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mic Check 2. My name is Rachel, and we have...
My name is Ajai.
And I'm Sean.
And today, we're going to get a little personal. We're going to be talking about setting healthy boundaries. That way, you can kind of get to know us a little bit better.
Okay, guys, my name is Ajai. I'm a Cancer. My favorite ice cream is cookies and cream. I really enjoy seafood dates. Emphasis on the dates.
Okay, not that intimate. Sean, you want to share something?
Well, I'm a Libra. I like long walks on the park, riding roller coasters, and football.
Oh.
And in my spare time, no, I'm just kidding.
So this is a perfect example to set some healthy boundaries about oversharing.
No such thing.
No,
I'm just kidding.
There's no such thing. So let's first talk about what is a healthy boundary.
So we have boundaries, and they're pretty much limits or rules or conditions that we set within our relationships. And relationships doesn't have to be defined as a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It could be a friendship. It could be a relationship. It could even be a work relationship. So there's boundaries on different levels for different categories.
Yeah. And I was going to say those boundaries may look different in each category. Like some things you may be able to say with your friends that you're not going to be able to do and say at work. Mm-hmm. And, vice versa. Your friends may see the work you and be like, who is that? Who is this?
Who is this woman?
Yes, I don't recognize you.
And boundaries are always going to look different from person to person, too. I think that's one thing that sometimes people forget, that just because it's a boundary for you doesn't mean it's a boundary for somebody else.
So getting them to respect your boundaries. I had to learn that if you don't respect your own boundaries, nobody else will.
Oh, absolutely not.
So if you tittle and tattle on the line of your boundaries, they just gonna run all over you, no matter what category, honestly.
And not even just about like personal, even when people have their own set boundaries and you having to be transparent enough to listen to people when they're trying to say, this is my boundary, can you please respect it? So it's like a two-way street.
Yeah.
So why do you think, Sean, it's important to use the word no?
I love the word no. For people that know me, no pun intended. That's a lot of no's in one sentence. But the word no is important because it protects your peace, in my opinion. Sometimes you may feel obligated to do something because, let's say you have a friend that says, hey, I really want you to come and do this. And let's say you're just not in the mental space to want to be around people. Let's say you're not in the mental space to want to go out and do extracurricular activities and you just want to be in your personal, quiet zone. The importance of no has a lot of power behind it just because it's like, no, I don't want to do this. And people have to respect that, and it just gives you a peace of mind because you don't want to always feel like, for just in this one example, you don't want to always feel obligated that you have to do something or you have to go out of your way. Or even at, like, let's say even with your parents. Parents are a great example of healthy boundaries. Your mom may ask you 1,000,000 times over to do something, even though she knows you're at work, even though she knows you're doing this, even though she knows you already have 1,000,000 things on your plate. It's like, no, I can't.
And just letting know.
I love no because it is a full sentence.
We're right here. We're right here.
No, period. Yes. That's it. Now, if I'm feeling, if I feel the need to explain, it may be no, comma, with the explanation. But usually,
it's a full sentence.
Everybody who knows me, it's no yellow heart emoji, period.
Send.
What's the yellow heart emoji?
Well, it's just love. It's love there, but no.
I'm gonna have to use that.
Yeah, no.
Or the little.
Yeah.
If y'all are looking in the camera on YouTube, the little thing with your hand.
The little flame. Okay. So what's like a time where, I guess, to me, no is a complete sentence too. And I'm really working on it because I do find myself having to explain. I'm like, no, well, and I want to do this. And y'all know I'm moody or da-da-da, whatever the case. Like, I'm finding myself always explaining. So this year I said, like, no is a full sentence. Like, no, I can't make it.
So let me ask you this. On the flip side, if someone tells you no, do you get hurt? Or are your feelings hurt?
Oh.
It honestly, I think if any one of us sat here and said, no, our feelings don't get, no. I think it really just depends, and it depends on where the no is coming from.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm always showing up for somebody and I'm always there, like no matter what, because my thing is I don't really ask for a lot. That's my biggest thing. So when I do, it's like, oh.
That's that avoidant personality. That's your style.
That's help me.
Yeah.
You know, so then.
That reciprocation.
Then it's like, what you mean no?
Yeah.
What do you mean no?
And I know a lot of people really have a bad habit of, what do you mean no?
Yeah. I feel like you can't just say no at work. Like, you have to explain, like, no, we're going to work on this other project, or no, this is priority, or that's just not in the budget. No. Like, you have to, because people are going to want an explanation of, like, why we're not proceeding forward on, like, an ideal of theirs or anything like that. But, like, relationships, mainly friendships. Like, I feel like your friends should know you well enough to just respect your no. Mm-hmm. But, like, if my partner was just like, no, I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And that's a whole other set of unpacking, because it's like, we have to be able to be comfortable with someone telling us no at times, because I know it's very hard, because it's in a form, to me, it feels like if someone tells you no, it's rejection, in a sense. And would y'all agree? No? Yeah.
I think that's where the explanation comes in, because if I asked the person that I was in a relationship with or I was dating and they just flat out was like, no, I'm not, let me actually, this has happened to me.
See?
If somebody, when he flat out told me no, I just was like, well, why? I want to know why at this point. Is it no, we're going to do it later, or is this just a flat out no?
Yeah.
So some things, the no period does not work for. What do you mean no period? Yeah. What's next? Is it next week? Or is it tomorrow?
Jesus, pressure. Respecting my healthy boundaries.
You're not respecting my boundaries.
But I think it really depends on what you asking for. I'm not asking for anything outrageous, like something that's gonna compromise morals and stuff. That's when you can give a definite no.
Right.
But like if I'm saying, oh, I wanna go to the beach next week, and you like, no. Well, we gonna go the week after that?
Well, what's your schedule, sir?
So what's going on? Why?
Why you don't want to go to the beach with me? Yeah, I think we do take it. That is a really good point. Like, it's okay for us to set the boundaries, but it is very hard to respect other people's boundaries. But I think if you know, like, your no sentence is not, like, harsh. Like you say, you do your no emoji. So if you got that back, I think you wouldn't be...
Yeah, I would just be like, okay.
As offended.
But I think also, too, if somebody says no, and I don't want... It's not that I'm pushing the envelope. Sometimes it'll make you question, like, is everything okay with the person,
right.
Like, oh, like, if I was to text Rachel and I'd be like, hey, girl, you want to go eat? And she'd be like, no. Well, we both like food. So, like, what's going on? What do you mean, though?
What happened?
What happened?
But I think that comes into, like, setting healthy boundaries, like, early on with your friends, with your family, with work, like, so that they don't... Like, you could just be like, hey, I'm going to say no. It's not offensive. Like, I do feel like it's worth the conversation. Because the more you're just like, no, heart emoji, no, heart emoji, they're going to be like, I don't really think she likes me, or like...
Like little passive aggressiveness.
Yeah, like, so I think to set healthy boundaries, you also have to know, like, why you're saying no. And, like, why this is, like, a definite no. So, like, when you're talking to your friends, you could be like, and they invite you to the beach, you could just be like, I got... trauma when I almost drowned at the beach, so I just don't really like the beach. So when you ask me to go to the beach, I'm gonna say no.
And now, even with that, that possibly, well, not possibly, but another good healthy boundary would also be knowing your own personal. It ties in with the word no, but knowing your own personal wants and needs and being able to effectively communicate them. So
I'm there
before you get to the no. If you can communicate, okay, this means X amount, this means something to me because, and if you're able to communicate, then that may come across to another person, like, oh, okay, maybe I thought maybe they were just trying to do some spontaneous activity, but there's actually a reasoning behind it. But then if you say no, then it all ties in.
Yeah, like communication.
Yeah,
effective
communication.
Yeah, I mean that's important because I just feel like sometimes people don't use their words properly, or they don't like to mixed feelings in with what they're saying. So a lot of times you'll find that sometimes people don't like to say I feel like, or when X happened it made me feel like.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people will sometimes just put whatever's going on the other person, like you
Projecting.
did this, like you did this and da 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 da. Okay, but how did it make you feel?
Right.
I love asking people that.
How do you feel?
That feels like it's just a level of vulnerability that you have to kind of accept.
Yeah.
Because if you're able to express that, you're opening yourself up for whatever may come. Like if I say that made me feel sad, for example.
Yes.
If you tell someone that made me feel sad, I know there's people out there that don't like. I don't like to say that.
Why you don't like to say that, Sean?
I'm a very guarded person.
Libra men.
Libras are very balanced people. We are very balanced.
I don't hear you talking. It don't sound very bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I just feel
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Respect my side.
I just feel like one of my biggest pet peeves, or one thing that I noticed about people, is people will not say when you hurt their feelings. They just go passive aggressive or just turn nasty and rude and cold. And it's just like, hey, you hurt my. I'm quick to say I don't care. You hurt my feelings. Yeah. I did not like that. It did not make me feel good. I want to let you know you hurt my feelings. That way, if you continue to do this, that boundary has been set to let you know, hey, you've hurt my feelings. And now that you're hurting my feelings repeatedly, I feel like you don't care about me. So I'm going to erase myself from your life.
This situation removed.
Yeah.
I had to learn. I used to think that people, like, they should know me. Like, they know I'm a good person. So if I say something that may come off rude, like, they should know, like, I didn't really mean it rude. But, like, that's not fair to the person, because, like, it can make them feel some type of way. Although you're a nice person, like, you may have said something that wasn't so nice, and they're not just supposed to automatically assume because you're a nice person that it's not supposed to hurt their
You're a nice person?
I am very nice, Sean. Plug boundaries. He's not respecting my boundaries. I'm very nice. No, but I just had to learn, like, you know, like, sometimes you do owe people an explanation, like, or, like, it is important to express, like, hey, that did hurt my feelings. Like, Sean, you're a nice person, but, hey, that did hurt my feelings, what you said. And that's just, like, helping you respect my boundaries. Because if I don't, then how will you know? And now I got an attitude for no reason. Now we just both sitting here looking.
And so it basically all ties back into effective communication. Because if you don't communicate
your boundaries, how do you expect somebody to just be around you? They don't know.
Right. You're just sitting there and y'all both long faced now. Like, just
not long face.
Like, just long face. But I feel like it's just important because even at work, like, sometimes they'll try to give you more than your job description. So it's important to just be like,
no heart emoji, please. I'm kidding. Y'all do not do that.
Not at work. Don't send the heart emoji. So, yeah, but I just think it's important. That's when you have to, like, sit down with your manager and just be like, hey, I just want to go over my job description. Like, what are my actual...
What are your expectations of me that are not... do they match this paper?
In this paycheck.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But I feel like I even like that in relationships and friendships. Like, what are your expectations in a friendship, in a relationship, before you even get too deep? Because... what if you can't live up to that expectation? What if as a friend, I'm like, oh, okay, we have to talk every day for 2 hours? Or
I've had a friend like that.
Yeah, and it's so...
Well, see, a lot of things are... let's get a little personal. So I am an only child. So boundaries involve other people. And so that was just one of the things that just growing up, I had to really adjust to. I will say most of my biggest and impactful lessons came in college because I was dealing with other people. I was on other people's times. I was dealing with other people's feelings. Whipped me into shape. Only because, in my house, in my household, I was the kid. So, the kids kind of rule the house a little bit. Yeah. No matter what people like to say, the kid kind of rules the house. So, I made my own rules. And then I went to college, applied for a 2-bedroom, They ran out. Oh, they put me in a 4-bedroom. Immediately.
It was a lot of personalities.
Yes. And it was just like, okay, now I have to physically, like, I have to effectively communicate with these people what I don't
Living
like.
with 4 people will humble you so quickly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Living with anybody is a humbling experience. Like,
But the 3 girls, living with 3 girls that you don't know, we all came from different backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, regional backgrounds, racial backgrounds. It was like y'all don't do that in y'all house.
Oh, but y'all did that? Okay, yes.
Yeah, so it was a struggle, but college definitely taught me how to use I statements, talk about my feelings, talk about things that just make me uncomfortable, things that I didn't like, and it always made me remember I don't really know these people, so I have to make sure it's coming across a way that won't be offensive.
Yeah,
but
that they can receive.
But still has my essence into it, you know?
Yeah, I had a friend like that I don't know, like she couldn't just tell me like what her issue was and just decided to be
Passive aggressive?
Yeah, and distant. And then it does leave you like, well, wait, did I do something wrong? Or, what happened? And I mean, then you get over it. But, just setting your boundaries of like, maybe I said something that you didn't like that could have been discussed. I just feel like communication can save a lot of things.
Yeah, and in my friendships now, I always try to, I'm at that age where like my friends are important to me. I'm like, okay, we've been rocking for so long.
Yeah.
Like I want y'all in my life forever. So now I kind of have this thing where I tell people, I'm like, hey, if I do something you don't like, please tell me.
Yeah,
don't hold that in. That's
Right.
that's something we should talk about because I don't want to make my friends feel uncomfortable.
Right.
You really don't want to upset people that you care about, but sometimes things aren't intentional. And that's the thing. Like, this wasn't premeditated. I didn't set out to like hurt your feelings or do things like that. But if I do, hey, whichever feels comfortable for you. If you want to call, if you want to FaceTime, if you want to meet up.
Just don't text it because texting can be...
Yeah.
Now with texting, every person, that's even a boundary because every person has their set comfort zone. So let's say some people are more comfortable. Like my friends don't be like, I like to inbox people on Facebook. I can have a phone in my hand with the whole text message.
What?
I like to inbox. I don't know why. It's my thing. I like to inbox
If you
people.
are not, don't inbox me. I have not been on Facebook since 2017, probably.
Same. I don't even have... It's like a whole separate app, right, for messaging?
Yeah, but I mean, different people
Not
have
interested.
different communication.
You're not respecting my boundary. Not interested.
Some people like to write on... I actually have friends that only like to write on Snapchat. It's weird to me.
Oh, no, that's sneaky.
But not even just sneaky, but some people just like to be on Snapchat. I don't get it. I'm just like...
But yeah, I mean, I get it though. I try to respect people's boundaries because sometimes people get overwhelmed when having like a face-to-face conversation or just talking to somebody, depending on the personality type. So I get that. I do try to make sure whenever I'm reading a text message to kind of not read it in my voice.
Oh no, I have to read it in my voice or I'm reading with attitude. Like if somebody texts me,
I try
I'll be
to
like,
read it in.
why you say? I'm gonna be like, wait a minute.
No, because if you text me, I try to read stuff in your voice.
Okay.
And I know it's like,
Good morning.
yeah, good morning. Hey, you missed that deadline, so I'm just checking to see when you can get that in.
I do send a heart emoji.
Versus if I read it from somebody else's standpoint, it's, hey, you missed that deadline. When is it coming? So, that's why I try to make sure if it's a message, I try to read it in the other person's voice.
That's too funny. I'm actually, I like people who be like, no, let's talk in person. Like if I start to like go too hard in my I statements and feelings, let's talk in person.
It's all about preference.
Yeah, but it helps. But I do get intimidated because I'm a people pleaser. Like, so in-person conversations make me nervous. I'm just like, I had some grievances, but I think it's okay now. So it is a preference. Like, I'd rather like text it and let it all out. Now you can read the text message in front of me and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna stand on that. Yeah, and I stand on it. But in person, it is intimidating. So that's a boundary for me. Like, let me text it first, and then maybe we could talk about it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. So now we've even talked about intellectual boundaries. We were talking about emotional, but there's other type of boundaries.
Oh.
So we even have material boundaries.
Oh yeah.
Material boundaries can refer to like money and possessions, and how do people limit themselves? So there's all types of boundaries. It's not just.
Is that like living above your means?
Basically, in a sense.
I thought that was like loaning out. What does it say? Because I'm thinking like loaning out money to people and stuff.
No, so like a healthy material boundary involves setting limits on what you will share and with who.
Oh yeah.
So
girl, no, you can't wear that dress. No? Sure. I think that's a material boundary.
Is it? I think me more when I think about it. So this all goes back to perception and why you should have conversations. When I think about it, I think like, now you don't have $500 for that dress. Is
it a boundary with yourself? What?
Well, no, that makes sense. So
to me, because it's like
say
material.
For me, a material boundary is I have a habit of spending money on stupid things all the time, very quickly. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. I support your healthy self-care.
Support my retail therapies. Oh, but. A good healthy boundary you could do to help yourself with materialistic things is having a budget and you actually writing it down. Mm-hmm. So let's say you make X amount per month. I know there's people that still actually do. I have a friend in Dallas that still has a whole notebook and he writes things out like piece by piece, like the light bill, the cable bill, and then
each month.
And this is my fun budget. And your fun budget can be not only maybe you're going to happy hour or going out to a restaurant, but activities like bowling or something like that. And he'll have a whole little breakdown into that fun zone. Mm-hmm. So that's a boundary you can set for yourself.
I love a budget. I'm not going to lie. Now, when I go out on weekends, sometimes that budget is not on my mind. But the next day, I recalculate. I'm like, okay, you did it.
I'm not there yet.
You don't do budgets?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm learning it slowly. Very slowly.
Y'all know I love a budget. Y'all see my planner? I love a little...
I'm not a budgeter. I'm not. Mm-hmm. It's what I just told my... I be like, I need this. It really be stuff that I need, though. So it's just like...
Now, is it a need or a want?
Gas is a need.
We're talking about like retail therapy.
But I mean... Yeah, I'm going to tell myself I need it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm going to eat noodles for the next week.
See, no.
No, it's like some stuff, like, I'll be out shopping because I have a little retail therapy concern as well. But, like, if I be out, I'll be like, oh, my, I need this. This is just going to set the closet off. I need this. And then I don't wear it. And it just be sitting.
Let's see.
You don't do that?
No.
If I buy it, I'm about to wear it immediately.
No, it's like, because like, I'll be like, I'll be waiting for an occasion. Like, this is a date occasion.
Like a good
girls
pair of shoes.
Girls may not be on dates in a while, so.
Like a nice pair of shoes, for instance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can agree with that because I'll have a pair of shoes that I'll be like, you know what? Even though I bought it here, I'm not gonna use it until all the way down in the middle of November.
Yeah,
and here we are, barely going into April.
And so that my problem is, I like for example, like boots will probably go on sale soon.
Yes,
and so I'm more like,
once the rodeo's over, and then the boots come back down.
Yeah, like because the season is changing, so I'm gonna go like boot shopping and just go ham.
But that's smart.
But then they're going to be out of style by next season kind of thing. I'm like, I'm the only one wearing these boots. And now I got to go get some more boots.
No, you just
now
have to
buy.
I got
boots on boots.
Okay, yeah. You need a boundary. You need a boundary with yourself.
That's an example of material boundary.
I budget. So like, I may not...
See, I don't...
eat out that day or something.
I don't budget with myself, but I think I am responsible with my money. Yeah. I'm not frivolous with my money.
Okay.
I know where it's going every time. Every time.
It just may not be beneficial.
No. I know I'm not frivolous with my money at all.
It makes you happy.
I'm one of those people, I would love to be a budgeter, like write it all down, but because I'm not like frivolous, I'm really one of those people, like my friends be like, buy it, girl, you deserve it. And I'm like,
Like you really have to want it. to buy it. Yeah. I just like shopping. I'm just like
I do too, but
it's Windy Wednesday. Let me go grab me something to put on.
it has to really
Let me get some Ugg boots and a coat real quick.
It has to really capture. It has to really like. I have to be like, oh wow, but
yeah. That's healthy. Like you're not me. You're not just.
Yeah, we
running
all
Zara
have strengths
and weaknesses.
I don't even want to say weaknesses. Areas where we can improve.
Okay. Are there any other ones besides material? Because I feel like we're gonna check in on 6 months and see if Ajay has a budget.
Different ones. There's even time boundaries.
Oh yeah.
So I know a time boundary would refer to a person and how they use their time effectively.
That's really important at work.
And that one's tough, especially because I know a lot of us work long hours. Like I know all of us here at St. Hope, we work 9, 10 to 12-hour shifts. So having to use that time outside of work effectively is so tough because by the time you get off, it's like, whoo, child.
Yeah. And
I'm worn out. Like I just want to go to sleep. And now imagine if you have kids. Imagine if, let's say, I know Ajay likes to go to Pilates.
Oh, nothing stands. That's a boundary. Nothing stands in the way of my Pilates. Everybody know you could text me anything, and I'm like 6 o'clock. I'm gonna text you back at 7. I'm going to Pilates. Text me anything around 6 o'clock. You will not get a reply. 7 o'clock. My bad. I just got out of Pilates.
Right. So
boundaries, and it's hard too trying to have boundaries and then teach my child to have boundaries. Cause like I don't want her to go to school because she's so nice. She's such a sweetheart, and so she's like everybody wants to be my friend. I'm like. No, you have to have boundaries because she's like, I don't have time. Like she just told me recently, she doesn't have time to play at recess because everybody's just wanting to talk to her. And I'm like, girl, you gotta set boundaries. Like even at a little young age, like you have to learn to. I know. I know.
She's so cute.
Thank you guys. But I'm trying to even set boundaries. Like I have to learn to cut off work when work is done, or and to be able to be present for her and stuff like that, or even leaving like work at work and not bringing it into your relationship or not bringing your relationship into work because nobody needs to hear about all that.
Right. What's the term? A healthy work-life balance.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that goes in with time boundaries because you leave work at work, you go home, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a stickler. So if I've had a bad day, there are times I shut down and I'm like, girl, do not call me, do not talk to me. I just want to play PlayStation in the dark.
It's giving Libra man. No,
I don't know who hurt you.
So what is so?
We're gonna leave us Libras alone. But I know my time boundary is weird because I know I like to set aside like let's say an hour to play PlayStation, and that's my decompressed time.
Yeah,
that's how I decompress. It's like I just want to play a game, not think about anything. But
so mine for me, it's like go to work, then mom life, but she goes to bed Monday through Thursday, because Friday she's like, it's the weekend. But Monday through Thursday, 8 o'clock. I don't budge on it. She can cry, fall out. She in that bed at 8 o'clock. Because I need some me time. I need to unwind. That gets me like an hour and a half. I'm a grandma, so I'm like 9:30. I am
out of there.
I'm tired, okay? So I'll be asleep 9:30. You're not. I just said from 6 to 7. You're not here. From 9:30 to 6 a.m. the next. You're not hearing from me.
Yeah.
And I'm a do not disturb person. Like and
absolutely.
Don't nobody disturb me. I wake up and be like, no call, no text.
Yeah, for me the boundaries are do not disturb. It's set across every Apple device. From 10:30 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Do not.
That phone automatically goes on do not disturb. Like my friends be like, girl, I be like, you know. Don't act like you don't know because you know. You see it. And I have it on. I want you to know. Asha has notifications silenced.
Mine is funny because so mine do not disturb goes on during work. Work nights where I have to get up the next day. But like if it's on the weekend, I purposely set it, and like my friends know like, oh, she being emotional today. So they'll like double call and be like, get out your feelings. I'm just like, I just want to see someone's gonna call. Thank you. Like,
girl, what? That is so toxic.
Is it? Oh my God. Because like sometimes I just need to. It's my boundary. Sometimes I just want to like.
She just.
But is it because it's the bound? But is it a good boundary?
No, because
it's a healthy boundary.
If I'm getting overwhelmed on the weekend, I might just be like, oh, let me do not disturb it. And then
It's nice to have people check up on you, Sean.
No, don't get me wrong. And I'm all for, because I'm very into make sure you check up on your friends.
Oh yeah,
it's a thing, like that's a big thing right now.
And check on your strong friends.
Check on your strong friends. Check on all your friends, not just the ones that may be needing help. Because even the strong ones may not be projecting that they're having issues, but
Yes.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it.
It's not an issue. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, today was long. Do not disturb. But nobody disturbs me. That's like the irony of it. Like nobody, I'm just like, it just made me feel good. It's a boundary. Like it's just a personal preference. Like,
and it's just good just to have a good separation between work, relationship, and hobbies.
yeah.
So do y'all have, like, I know you like Pilates. Outside of mommy duties, do you have like a personal hobby that you enjoy to do that you make sure you set aside every single week, at least once a week?
So I enjoy working out. I used to be a runner, but I got bad knees now. So I've been humbled to a walker. So I like to do like a little mile walk a day, different trails and stuff like that. That's my thing. I like to read.
That's good.
I do read. My little plug. And I'm starting to be a DIY girl. Yeah.
You're an Etsy girl?
Yeah, not that. I'm not that deep in it. But like I make my own. I'm like into like the spiritual stuff. So like waist beads. So I'll be making those, changing them out. I like doing my own nails. They're not done today. But yeah.
That's good. So like even for people listening out there, it's always good to make sure y'all put aside even an hour a day.
30 minutes goes a long way.
30 minutes does go, oh my God.
30 minutes does.
And we're not
go
talking
a
about
long way.
naps.
No, yeah.
That's my decompress. That's my biggest thing.
To nap?
No.
Oh.
I love a nap, though. But 30 minutes after work, it's silence.
Oh, yeah.
I tell people, and it's one of those things for me. It's like, I work in case management. We talking all day.
Yes.
We talking, we listening, we taking in, we putting out. It's just like we processing. You thinking. Your mind is always on 1,000 sometimes because you're like, okay, but I need to do this, and this for this patient.
Right.
And then you have somebody else coming down. I need to do this, and this. So
it's always on go.
Literally from 5:30 to 6. Oh, it's silence.
I feel that.
It's just I need to just be able to go click and turn it off.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's my biggest thing. And then I have to do that every day.
What are you selling? I'm at the front desk.
I
You know
know.
the phone rings.
Ooh, I sat up there one time. I almost passed out.
As a person who hates to hear a phone ring, I commend you.
Yeah,
I hate when my phone ring. Like with my phone ring, I'm like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, like it has to be
Right.
on. Yeah, like the sound of oh Lord.
And you have to type all day, so it's like when I get off, so I'm like you. I don't want to talk. I definitely don't want to text. Like keyboards are the last thing I want to see for the first hour of my life when I'm out of work.
Yeah. For me, music is a good decompressor. Like I like to just sit in the car and just listen to some music before I go in anywhere. Like I'll arrive early and like at night I decompress with TikTok. I just love to. Something to make me laugh. I just be on there.
I have a good friend that I won't name their
Cackling.
name because I know he's
They
gonna get
better
mad.
be watching.
Because they do. I just know he loves at least 2 hours of TikTok.
2 hours. Yeah.
And I'm like, you have an issue.
No, you don't realize. Like you're just like.
But that's a
scrolling.
good boundary too to set on your phone. You know they have like that little social media.
Oh, yeah, the
that little
timer.
time management.
Oh, turn off TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it'll like
Or
alarm
it'll-
you. You like, bing, you've been on TikTok for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Let's do something else. Let's get up. What did Nicole say? Let's go do something fun. Let's go to the dentist. Let's do something fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
girl.
It is a healthy boundary to set because social media in itself is an unhealthy boundary. Like it's an unrealistic.
It is. Now, did
thing.
y'all know, aside like even personal wise, that time boundaries can actually be violated? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah.
So, like, let's say you have a friend that, I'll just say a friend, or even a partner. Let's say they demand too much of your time.
Cha.
That's that's a good example of violating a time boundary.
You're trying to take me and Ajay to church.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an actual thing, like violating time boundaries. Like if someone just demands too much, like let's say they don't give you time to decompress when you get off of work. Let's say you have an activity on a Saturday that you do every week religiously.
And now they want you to cut that.
And now they want you to cut
Absolutely not. I'm gonna have to break up. If anybody come up with me and be like, you get Tuesdays, you get Thursdays, no you.
No,
okay?
you. Thank you for your application. We're gonna go with a different candidate.
We're gonna go with a different candidate.
Thank you. We appreciate your interview process.
We will not be in touch.
Sincerely.
That's really one of my strong boundaries. Like, I really set stuff around Pilates now.
That's good.
Like, even my mom knows. She'll call, and then she'll hurry up and hang up shit. And then when I call her back, I forgot you was in Pilates. I'll be like, yeah, girl. I'll be like, what you need?
If y'all could have seen her face, I know everyone can't see it.
But yeah, no, I've had situations before where like it's overbearing. Like they want like, oh, you got a free hour for lunch? Let's do lunch. Or you like they're just trying to, and I get it. I mean, I'm a fun girl. I get it.
Fun girl.
Hashtag fun girl.
Fun girl. But I just feel like you still have to remain individuality. Like I have to do things that I like to still be the person you like. Mm-hmm. And if you're always there.
It's all about space.
Always there. Okay, so I have a question. Mm-hmm. What is the one area in your life where how did you learn how to set a boundary in like certain areas in your life?
Mm-hmm. Give me an example.
So, okay, yeah, I'll go first. Yeah. So for me, it was a while before I actually got comfortable setting the boundary with forgiveness. I always thought forgiveness had to be a certain way. Mm-hmm. And so I would like compare the way I forgive to the way other people forgive. Mm-hmm. But no, that's when I realized, okay, it's gonna look different because it's my boundary. Mm-hmm. You know? So for me, like with forgiveness, sometimes, it's rigid. That's what I will say. My boundary with forgiveness is very rigid. Mm-hmm.
Distant-y.
Yeah, it's this.
Standoff.
Yeah, but I'm still working through it. But it's one of those things for me. Like, I always thought because you forgive somebody, you have to allow them back in your life.
Oh no, ma'am.
No.
Get somebody else to do it.
Or like in some other aspect, because I kind of always felt like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they feel like they still have access to you a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like I was like, am I being bitter? Am I being resentful? But no, that's just my
boundary.
That's just my rigid boundary with forgiveness. Like, I forgive you, but I don't want you around.
You don't have to allow access to someone's personal space. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that.
But it was a struggle because, you see people forgive, and I know people that they literally forgive and they're just like, okay, let's move forward. And I'm like, how?
Yeah, teach me. I think it's situational because I don't know if you've seen how they be. It's like memes going around like you mad at your friend for missing one birthday dinner, but your man didn't embarrassed you all around town, and you still holding his hand. Like, so forgiveness, I think it's situational for some people.
It's rigid.
It's rigid.
The rules apply to everybody.
All across the board, cut off. I think mine would have to be time. Boundaries, just setting time boundaries. Like
I can see that. Yeah,
respecting my time and not being so available for taking on everybody's needs and problems. Like I had to learn to just be like, okay.
I see that. I can definitely
I'm quick
see that.
when I'm overstimulated on the phone, I'm quick to be like, girl, Peyton, I'm gonna have to call you back. So I don't necessarily be like, you have. I'm learning to say my social battery is tapped. Is capped today, so let's try again tomorrow. Let's address this tomorrow because I don't have.
That's my go-to.
Your social battery.
Because I mean, we're at work all day, and then y'all know, like I work outside of this, so it's like I'm around people constantly, and I have very little me time. So it's like, you know what, my social battery's done for the weekend. I'm staying home.
Oh my God. But my pet peeve is like if I tell somebody like, oh, today was long. Well, I had a long day. Anybody, friends, anybody. And then, like, y'all get on the phone, they be like, what's wrong? I just told you. Like, people always think it has to be deeper than that. Like, no, it was a long day.
Sometimes you're just tired.
Yeah, and I don't want to do it today.
I can't.
It will not. Shall not. Therefore, do not. Not today.
Do y'all have friends that y'all can talk to? Like, I know me and my best friend, like, we call each other after work. We'll wait about 20 minutes or so. We know what time each other get off and be like, man, I just had a date. And be like, yeah, me too.
Yeah. No,
And it just be that. And it's like, yeah. And we slightly vent and it's like, what you have for lunch? And then we just move on. But it's like, it's good just to get just a little bit out, not too much.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have a few friends that I like communicate with every day. And sometimes we'll just sit on the phone in silence. It's just...
Hey, we here.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
they're reaching to each other.
It's just like, sometimes you just want to feel some companionship in a type of way. Like, sometimes you don't have nothing to talk about. Like, ooh, today was long. Me too. And then y'all just...
And we just sit there and think. It's like...
And then they randomly be like, did you see that TikTok? That's me.
Okay, I have a question.
Wait, no, because Sean didn't answer your last one.
Oh, yeah, Sean.
Something I have to work on are emotional boundaries because I'm very shut offy.
Oh, let me change my answer. Let me change my answer.
Oh, man.
I'm very, for people that know me, how do I say it? If something bothers me, I will shut down completely.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's
Alex, what's a man for 200?
So I'm just like, okay. And I let it, I won't even address, sometimes I won't even address things. I'll just be like, you know what, let it ride because, and it's something I've worked on this year so much.
Girl, Sean would hate me in a relationship.
Me too.
Because it's definitely giving SpongeBob and Patrick. I mean, SpongeBob and Squidward. What's wrong? Because that's me. What's wrong?
And it's
you
like,
want to talk about it?
I statements.
To throw in flowers.
Sean is definitely Squidward. Okay.
So we did talk about boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to just close it out just so I can be a little bit better with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So what area of your life do you feel like you can improve? Is it romantic relationships, platonic relationships, or work? The boundaries. Where do you feel like you could improve?
I'm going to go all across the board.
okay.
Sign me up for all. Because sometimes friendships, like my friendships, I think like close friends, like the least one is like 12 years in. So it's like from 12 to 18 years of friendship that's under my belt. Telling my age. But so like sometimes I'm not always there and supportive because it's just like we don't have to see each other every day. And you forget that people actually do need you to check in on them. Work, I'm just like, oh God, they want us to do what today? Lord, let's get it done. I'm very one task at a time. And then relationships, I'm just like.
What
I wish y'all could see her face.
What sign are you?
I'm a Virgo woman.
Oh, she was after Libras, but look at how you see how the tables turn.
We are very nurturing, good. That's a good woman. I'm a good woman.
Oh. Let me know. Say it with your chest.
All right, Sean. What areas for you?
I would say romantic relationships would be my
and just period. Don't say nothing after that.
Period. No, period. Smiley faced emoji, heart emoji.
I'm about to say, put that little heart emoji.
No, Sean's trying to be tough on here. Sean would be like, no, and then like, dot, 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 dot. I just want you to know why it's a no. It's because...
I'm very dot, 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 dot.
Yeah.
And I'll wait maybe a day or two, and then it comes dot, 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 dot.
Yeah. He'll be like, no.
But no.
And you be like, oh my God, he set his boundaries. And then the next day, he's like, hey, just want to follow up with that no. Which is good. Because some people, I be needing that. Because if you tell me no, I'm going to be like...
What you mean we can't go to the beach?
Sean, I like the beach. Okay. Aja, what's your area?
It's a tie between work and romantic relationships. Mm-hmm. I think platonic relationships, my friends know me well.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. You ain't even got to talk. I talk. I hold this conversation.
Oh, yeah.
For work, I'm trying to slow down to being let me just do it type person. Mm-hmm. Instead of, because I'm quick to be, I could just do it because I could do it faster.
And then you're burning yourself out.
And then you're burning yourself out.
I like that a lot.
And so that's one of those things that I'm really working on. And then in romantic relationships, I'm just trying to find a balance between being a drill sergeant and not saying anything at all.
Soft girl era. Mm-hmm. Hashtag. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, I'm not really a drill sergeant, but whatever. I'm lying. It's real strict. It's rules.
It's rules and regulations.
It's regulations that gotta be followed.
I'm interested to hear what our followers, how do they set healthy boundaries in their everyday life. So if y'all have some comments, let us know, like where we can work on and how y'all work through some of y'all stuff. I think that would be good.
That would be a good little project just to have our listeners just.
After we release this episode, we could like ask on a story or leave a comment.
Yeah,
You know
let
that
us
little
know.
option where the little question box thing, and then post the screenshots of the answers.
Yeah, we would like that. Y'all talk back to us.
Yeah, talk to us.
Okay.
This was good. I feel like I know you guys better. You guys know the no with the heart. It's no with love.
There's no with love.
No with love.
It's no with love.
Okay, we'll go ahead and close it out then.
So this is the part usually where we'll say,
If you have any
can I
questions,
say it?
okay.
Okay, wait. So I've always wanted to say this, y'all. Hold on. I've had this in my heart for the longest. Okay, so this is the part I want to open the floor to y'all. So if you have any other questions, concerns, this is your time, your platform.
Oh.
So Aja.
Is that how I sound when I do it?
End quote. End quote.
Was that your Aja impression?
That was good.
I've always wanted to.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
Well, I just really want to make sure we get everything off our chest. It's important.
It is. Oh, I was going to say my closing line is if you're having trouble setting healthy boundaries, come to St. Hope.
That's very important.
Therapy, and they can help you.
Counseling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We do have counselors that do talk about boundaries. Shout out to Mallory.
Yes.
I actually talked to Mallory quite frequently, and she gave me a really cool worksheet to go off of with boundaries. Yeah. So that's how I've been working on mine at home, is because I have like a little task sheet.
Little homework.
Yeah, she gives us little homework assignments. So
We love that. So y'all homework for this week is to set a healthy boundary for yourself. Mm-hmm. And tell us how you did it.
do we have any? Oh, and Rachel, you had a special event coming up. I know you want to let our listeners know.
Oh, yes, we do. We want you all to come out and join us on May 12th. We're having our Grape Escape. It's a fundraiser. It's a really good time. Wine, food, fellowship. It's a great time. So more information will come to follow on our website and our social media platforms.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Wines from different regions.
Yeah, it's a good old time. Okay.
And then I guess we want to thank y'all for your time, your energy, listening to us ramble. Like, comment, subscribe.
Oh, let me do my Ajay impression.
Why is it always me today?
Okay, no, go ahead. You're better. Go ahead.
I hope you guys feel like you know us better. I feel like they really know me. Everybody got an impression today. But I'm like, what's going on? What is
Heart emoji.
heart? But yes, guys, if you need any more information on St. Hope Foundation, be sure to visit our website at offeringhope.org. If you need to set an appointment, you can do it on the website or give us a call at 713-778-1300. Thank you for joining. We love you guys.
And remember that here at St. Hope, you are more than just a number.